This is something I've known for a very long time, and also something that I've been preaching to people for at least 4 years now, but I never even thought about putting this knowledge out on the internet, which is kind of strange because I've been making YouTube videos since I was 16. So here, enjoy this succulent knowledge and this pretty average explanation. Megatron was the good guy all along, but not in the way you'd think. Megatron is a Transformer, and little known fact, Transformers are not humans. They are in fact an entirely different species to humans, and they're much more advanced than us in both technology and morals. One of them is definitely true, but the other one, Optimus Prime, just tells us that they're more advanced. He talked about how violent humans are, and that's why they won't share their tech with us. Because Transformers were so peaceful, only having a civil war that lasted, 5 million years. And all it did was destroy their entire home planet. No big deal. But yeah, you tell him, Optimus, humans are way too violent. What Optimus really wants is for humans and Transformers to live together in harmony on Earth. But what Megatron wants is a new homeworld for the Transformers. And all he has to do to get this new homeworld is crush some ants. You see, everything Megatron does in the movies is to give Transformers a new home. I'm only talking about the first 3 movies, by the way, because I don't know what the fuck this is, and I still haven't seen the 5th movie. So in Transformers 1, Megatron wants the cube. Now, Optimus, remind the people what the cube does.
Before time began, there was the cube. We know not where it comes from, only that it holds the power to create worlds and fill them with life.
Thanks, Prime. Now, Megatron wanted the cube for unknown reasons. And by unknown reasons, I mean he never actually said. But we can only assume he wanted to rebuild Cybertron and to make more Transformers. You know, to save his dying race. And the Autobots want the cube just so Megatron can't have it. Now, I'll level with you about my opinion. Humans don't really have anything to lose here. We can just give the cube to Megatron and he leaves to create a new homeworld and new Transformers. Or we give it to Optimus, who stays on Earth and does nothing with it. From a human perspective, our best bet is to stay on Megatron's good side, and maybe he'll use the cube to help us a bit. Or he might destroy us. But if we're nice to him and help him out, he might not destroy us. It's a risk, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. So you see, this is the best possible thing humanity could hope for in this scenario. The Transformers get a new homeworld, and humans are left alone. Or we side with the Autobots, and the Transformers are stuck on Earth, and humans have to help fight their war. And we chose option 2! Happily, no less! This is the worst scenario for everyone. The Transformers still don't have a homeworld, and humans have to fight aliens. In the second movie, Megatron wants to harvest the sun for Energon. Now, this wasn't his original idea. It was in fact the Fallen's idea. He, along with all the other Transformers, were going to destroy the sun until they found life on Earth. Then all but one of them decided not to destroy the Earth. But the Fallen was still 100% on this plan to harvest the sun. And he wasn't about to let some primitive tribal people stop him. So he tried to turn on the collector thing, but he lost. And for some reason, no one decided to take this thing apart once he was defeated. So it's just there. Like, why? It sticks out so bad. It don't blend in at all. People are gonna notice this. Do you really think these tribes who have barely discovered fire are just gonna leave this thing alone? You think they're just gonna look at it and assume it's some big dumb tree? No! They're gonna fuck around with it. Maybe even turn it on. It's unlikely, but it's possible. Or Transformers could just turn it on in the future. And that's exactly what Transformers tried to do. Thousands of years later, they come back to turn it on, making this entire fight completely pointless and all the lives lost just as pointless. All for a few thousand years of more sun. The only thing that's changed between then and now is the harvester now has a wrapper on it, built by the primitives who weren't gonna notice it. But this video isn't about that. That's a topic for an entirely different video. This video is about Megatron being the good guy. He was gonna use the harvester to harvest all of the sun's energon in order to give the Transformer hatchlings a chance at life, because these little critters just die as soon as they're born without energon. He's trying to save Transformer babies, and Optimus is trying to stop him. He's an indirect child murderer. This time, however, if Megatron succeeds in his plan, all of humanity will be destroyed. But I'm just saying, if humans are in the same position, if we had to destroy a planet teeming with primitive life to save our own species, we would 100% do it. Like, look at the UK, for example. We used to have bears and wolves in this country, but we hunted them to extinction just to make our lives more convenient. Like, our nation wasn't at risk at all, but we still wiped them out. Or a better analogy, when people build roads, if there's an ant's nest in the way, we just bulldoze it. Like, we don't care. We don't hate ants, but we just want to build a road. And ants, wolves, and bears are all really primitive compared to us. And I'd say we're basically doing them a favor by wiping them out. I mean, if we left them alive long enough to evolve into smart beings, there's only a matter of time before they make like ant Twitter or something. And I hate human Twitter. All humans do. So we're 1000% doing them a favor by wiping them out before they can subject themselves to the horrors of Twitter. So to finish my point, we are to Transformers what ants are to us. There's a lot of us, but we're pretty small and pretty stupid. And the same way we wouldn't even consider ants when building a road, Megatron isn't going to consider us when saving his species. But the Autobots are happy to let their species die out, because ant life is special. The third and final movie. I don't care what you tell me, Transformers was a trilogy. These two movies never actually happened. They were just bad fever dreams. Really bad fever dreams. In this movie, Megatron was going to enslave all of humanity to rebuild Cybertron. Now I hear you, this is once again bad on the human front, but on the Transformer front, this is great. They get their homeworld back, and it's all built for free. They literally can't lose. But the Autobots step in again and won't allow the Transformers to have a homeworld. Like, come on! Don't you guys miss your home? Don't you want to have a family? Have a robot wife and some robot kids? You're so close! You don't even have to do any of the dirty work. Take the weekend off and let the Decepticons do all the dirty work. And then just go back home to Cybertron after they're done. It's that simple! I'm sure if you let Megatron do what he wants, you can cut him a deal or something. And you'll be allowed to live in harmony with the Decepticons. Now, a few of you may still be sat there wondering, just how was Megatron the good guy? So let me spell it out for you. Megatron was the good guy from the Transformers point of view, but not from the human point of view, which the movies were told from. But from a purely Transformer standpoint, this guy was doing everything he could to save his species. He tried to create new worlds and life for them with the cube, he tried to get food for Transformer babies, and he tried to rebuild what was left of Cybertron. But he was stopped at every turn by the Autobots, the supposed good guys. But what did they do for Transformers? They kept the Allspark to themselves, never to be used ever. They indirectly killed Transformer babies by starving them of energon, and they flat out stopped the reconstruction of their homeworld. Am I supposed to root for these guys? Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's very different from what I normally do, but I liked it. There are probably some details that I've missed, as I'm not as up to date on my Transformer lore as I used to be, but even without the lore, you guys get where I'm coming from. And that's that from the human point of view, the Autobots are the good guys, and from the Transformer point of view, the Decepticons are the good guys, and the Autobots wanted themselves and their entire species to go extinct. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and goodbye.